I have expected you. Hi, welcome. I'm Era. This is not gonna be a what I learned from YouTubers I watched about becoming big video, because clearly I'm not a big YouTuber. We have enough of those videos. This is gonna be a far more self-care and safety-centered video. So get a beverage of your choice, maybe a snack, and sit with me while I tell you of the tales from YouTube Germany. Which aren't really that nice, but still important. A disclaimer, multiple ones actually. In this video I quote and show certain YouTubers, which is purely to explain my views and how they developed. And a lot of the stuff is quite old, so it's probably not really how things are currently. Just because I show or mention someone here does not mean they are a bad person or a bad content creator. Here they are purely examples. I have nothing directly against anyone I'll mention, I just have different views on things. And that's fine, kids. Everything I'll say are my personal views, you are allowed to disagree with me, and I think some of the things I'll say sound quite harsh, but it's more a disagreement with views promoted than disagreement with individuals. This video will actually be 2 videos because of multiple reasons. I originally intended to just make this as one video, which was separated into 3 parts internally, but as I finished the first part I realized that just wasn't a good idea. As the video was going on 30 minutes long, and this is a nightmare for me for multiple reasons. One of the biggest being the German subtitles, but it's also a challenge for my laptop, so separation it is. An important note before we actually start. Throughout this video I will be playing clips from people I talk about, of which most speak German, but I have subtitled everything. You just need to activate the subtitles in the video settings. Both English and German are available. Now we can get into it. Overworking and burnout. You can always give your best, but you won't be able to do your best when you aren't at your best. So taking care of yourself is very important. Paluten is a German Let's Player who has been uploading 2 videos a day for a few years. In late 2015 he started a 380 episode long roleplay based Minecraft Let's Play called Minecraft Freedom, of which 363 episodes were released over the course of 366 days. He missed 3 episodes either due to food poisoning, problems with the mods they were using, or scheduling issues with the other people who were helping with the project. In episode 379, which was more of an update than an actual episode, he explained how much time it cost him to keep it up and how much work the project was.
Und so ein Projekt auf die Beine zu stellen und das wirklich über einen so langen Zeitraum. Ey Leute, das ist wirklich nicht einfach. Der eine oder andere denkt sich jetzt vielleicht, ja, das ist ja, wie viel Zeit kann das schon kosten und wie viel Mühe. Es ist einfach krass, und auch jetzt so über die Weihnachtszeit vorzuproduzieren, das war immer mega der Stress, auch für mich, weil es eben nicht einfach ist, dann mal Freedom für 4-5 Tage oder so vorzuproduzieren und mich das auch im letzten Jahr extrem eingeschränkt hat. Ich habe eben super selten meine Familie gesehen, ich habe super selten meine Freunde gesehen. Es war zu einem Teil natürlich auch zu verschmerzen, weil es auch einfach geil war, sich da so reinzufriemeln, aber ich mache das ja auch alles gerne, aber irgendwie muss man dann auch mal gucken, okay, man hat auch noch ein Leben abseits von YouTube, abseits von Minecraft Freedom.
He basically gave up his social life just to keep this project running for an entire year. He didn't see his family or friends as much as he wanted to. I watched most episodes the day they came out, and while I deeply admire the determination to keep this project running as a daily episode output, I honestly don't think it was necessary. This project could have worked just as well, if not better, if there would have been more time put into the individual episodes. In the same vein, I'll play you a clip of Gronkh, who rightfully holds the title of YouTube Germany's father, which is from 2012 and thus quite old, but I have thoughts.
Das heißt, das Ganze ist jetzt ein Fulltime-Job.
Es ist sogar 2 Fulltime-Jobs. Also jeden Tag kann man sagen, mindestens 12 Stunden musst du halt dran sein. Wochenenden gibt's nicht, Urlaub gibt's nicht. Trotzdem abliefern, krank sein, kannst du auch vergessen. Du musst einfach da sein. Und du musst halt auch immer natürlich eine gute Laune haben. Auch wenn es dir mal schlecht geht, musst du trotzdem nett sein. Kannst dich ein bisschen zurücknehmen.
Prioritizing content making and output over everything is not a good idea. I get that it was the hype time of Gronkh in Germany, but what kind of example does this set? If he is working at all costs, I need to do it too. Is that really a good idea? Putting time into content is cool, but there's a line between doing content and living for the making of content. Another example of this I throw in here is Julian Bam and his team. Julian Bam and his team made for a pretty long time heavily edited entertainment content. They would release one video a week, which doesn't sound like much, but in the German room, to this day, his channel is regarded as the most high quality content we have. Just go to the channel and look at any slightly older video and you are gonna know what I mean. They would plan, script, film, edit, this included special effects and sound design, and upload one 3 to 10 minute video each week. At some point they put the output down from 4 videos a month to 3 videos a month and later on 2 videos a month. The workload on the team was immense, and while, as far as my knowledge goes, everyone did this of their own free will, I can't really agree with the work they were doing. They were staying awake so they could finish the editing to get the video finished in time. Even today, they are still questioning how they managed to do this for years. Today, they are doing slightly longer videos, but less, and releasing way more sparse, just kinda closing the started storylines to just let the channel vibe in its existence. I think that's at least how I understood it. But the Julian Bam channel is something I'll hopefully get back to in the future. Where I'm trying to get with this is, don't give up your life for content. Putting time into content is cool. Missing out on food, sleep, and people in your life is not. The daily upload mentality and why it's a lie. The grinding culture among YouTubers is absurd. People say uploading often and consistently can be good. People say the algorithm can be understood and played into. People say it's just luck. People say daily uploads are a must. And I honestly think they are all wrong. I think all of these things can play a role, but what does play a role and to what degree varies from channel to channel. Some need luck, some can play the algorithm, but I don't think there's one straight safe way to success. From time to time these people pop up who say, I understood YouTube and made it. But how many people do you think did the same thing and didn't win the game? I need to circle back to the people I mentioned before. While the way things are done for certain creators have changed, I do want to use Paluten as an example here again. As mentioned, Paluten used to upload 2 videos a day every single day, and as far as I can tell, he's still mostly doing that. In a more recent video in which he explained why uploads were a bit chaotic, because very shortly, a water pipe broke in the apartment he was living in and caused black mold to grow, which forced him to move out, and with that in mind, he said the following.
Weil ich hatte halt den Druck, okay, ich möchte meine Zuschauer nicht enttäuschen, weil das verstehen manchmal die Leute auch nicht so 100%ig. Es ist, also ich weiß einfach, dass wahnsinnig viele Leute täglich auf meine Videos warten. Und ich weiß auch, dass ich einer von vielen, ich weiß, andere YouTuber machen genau das Gleiche, aber trotzdem, ich weiß, dass ich täglich Leute von ihren Sorgen ablenken kann. Also, und dass ihr einfach mal ein bisschen nach der Schule, nach der Uni, nach der Arbeit abschalten könnt bei meinen Videos. Und ich möchte einfach, und das ist auch eine Sache, die mache ich seit Tag 1 auf YouTube. Bei mir ist es einfach so, täglich kommen neue Videos. Das ist seit über 10 Jahren auf meinem Kanal so.
Which is admirable, but not something I can agree with. I can understand that. I was once someone who watched his videos on the daily. And being able to do daily uploads is something I'm impressed by, because I surely know I can't provide that. But Paluten specifically has over 7,400 videos. It won't kill anyone to watch an old video every once in a while. Sincerely, someone who regularly watches old videos. With that said, building up a backlog in the beginning, pushing through a bit more when you start makes sense, but daily uploads for years, under any circumstances, is not a good idea. I have seen many people over the years who have kept up daily uploads over years and years and years with minimal breaks, if even, and I think that's nonsense. In the beginning, I get it. I think doing more in the beginning so people who find you later have something to watch, while waiting for more new content is sensible. But that doesn't have to go on for years. If you can keep up daily uploads, that's great, but please don't think you aren't allowed to stop. You can take a break. You can lower the output. You are allowed to take sick days. Please take care of yourselves, people. These meat suits are delicate. Motivation, goals, and small things that shape my personal view. With all of that said, let's talk a bit about motivation, goals, and other things that have something to do with that, but I couldn't categorize as one or the other. So, motivation. Hey, fellow creators, why do you make videos? Regardless of what the core reason is, one thing we shouldn't deny, even though many like to, is the attention that one could get from making content. Desiring attention isn't necessarily a bad thing, we can be that real. How one goes about that is a different thing. There's a major difference between someone who makes content primarily for themselves or if someone does it for their potential audience. In that regard, I like something that Takanashi Chiara said. I'm pretty sure it was her, but I don't know if I'll be able to find the clip. But she said something along the lines of no matter if you have 1 viewer or 1,000 viewers, you need to perform all the same. Which is very true. I think this applies especially to streamers, because if you stream and no one's watching, for people to stay when they find you, you still need to stream like 1 person, 10 people, 100 people are watching. While it may be more applicable to streamers, I think it also very much counts for YouTubers. The whole reason why someone talks in a video is to talk to the potential viewer. Just look at me, I'm talking to you right now. What reason would I have to talk if I'm not talking to you? A few things merge here for me. On one hand, you need to talk to 1 viewer, video or stream, how you would talk to 100 viewers. On the other hand, I think it's important to talk naturally. On a completely different note, I won't name any names because I don't want to be that person that calls people out, but this statement stayed with me over years, and it's something I'm reminded of every once and again. I once saw a YouTuber complain about getting only 25,000 views on their last video, while yes, in the past they had gotten way more views. That was for completely different content. But when I heard that, I couldn't really fathom ever thinking like that. Be that because at that point I never had a video with any amount of views anywhere near that, or because 25,000 is a big number. Look at this. These are 25,000 dots. That's a lot of dots. I'm of the mindset, as long as 1 person finds joy in my videos, it's worth it. And if that 1 person is me, it's worth it. And so we have reached the end. As said in the beginning, please don't give up your life for content, creation or consuming. I'm just gonna play a little clip of Philip DeFranco here because I like how he said it.
You get no views if you explode.
While I do think trying around where your limits truly are is a normal thing for life in general, don't ignore your limits, please. Take a walk, watch some dumb video, eat your favorite food, sleep. Sleep is great. I do think I could have made this better, for example, realize sooner that I should split this, but I have learned a lot and I have quite a list of things now I want to improve, so I'll work on that. So thank you for watching, and with this I release you into the depths of the universe once again. See ya!